everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com, and today is January 31st, 2017, and it is another amazing energy shift, so let's get started. So today what's happening is we've seen the timeline convergence. We have seen the net come in and grab some of those energies and attempt to settle them down and get things back to normal. So many people are feeling like there's normalcy established again. They're feeling like, oh good, things are back in the flow, but there isn't exactly the same kind of energy that we had before. They can't quite put their finger on it. So here's what's happening. What you can't put your finger on, or what may seem like not quite the same as you had before, is that the energy is actually restorative, but it's at a higher frequency than it had been before. This frequency will simply not support complacency. So if you've been complacent in the past with your health, your wealth, or your romance, or your romantic life, you may find that those areas simply are not going to allow you to go back to the old status quo, and so transformation is required. So what are the next steps? Well, let me see here. The next steps are recognizing you might feel a couple things. One is time displacement. So you feel like you've done something, you've done a project, you've put something somewhere, and you go back and you find out that didn't happen. That's part of what's happening. There's also a feeling of shortness in time. You might have been able to get things done in a particular given day, and you know what that looks like, and then you go for another day and all of a sudden you feel like you can't do it. That's a little bit of shortness in time, and those things are normal. What you might see in your daily life is a desire to get more sleep or take a nap in the middle of the day. You might have a desire to eliminate certain tasks in your life. You feel like, I don't need to do this anymore. Also, the urge to revisit your relationship with Spirit, God, or Source, and that's a wonderful thing. And it means that your heart is opening more and that you're realizing that there's more to life than just the 9 to 5. And that's a good thing. So expand yourself and open your heart up to those possibilities. All right, the next steps here are pretty plain and simple. It's just to clean it up, to get rid of what doesn't honor you anymore, what you no longer desire, things that you have to do, like everyday tasks and taking care of your car and taking care of your family and all that. Begin to realign those so they're more in line with your heart-centered purpose, so that you're doing it because you love it and not because you have to. Because the energy shift that's going on right now is not supporting so much the have to anymore. So those things may not feel comfortable, but you're like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It's a realignment of your heart. The desire to include other people in your life, to be at one with your family, and to really get behind that and support that. A few people this week have told me they've had arguments with people in their family that they normally don't. A few people have told me that they aren't just really feeling it anymore where they used to. This is actually a realignment of yourself. I know I've talked about that before, but this time it is very paramount that you take a look at what's going on inside, because as you begin to heal that and realize and recognize that, that will shift what's going on inside. And with the energies that are available right now, these shifts are being supported. So what might have taken you months and months and months can now take you literally minutes. It's simply amazing. So I encourage you to take a moment with yourself and say, okay, why doesn't that feel good? And really trace it back. Ask God's Spirit or Source to see the truth, the love, and the light of the situation, and you'll probably get an aha moment, and they're fabulous. So that's what the energy shift looks like right now. And I encourage you to take advantage of on my webpage, toolsofenergyprotection.com, there's a place called free training. And if you click on that, there's a link called Manifesting in 2017. They're easy, effortless, very simple steps, and they can help you to do what we talked about today, and it's absolutely free. So I ask that you would go and get that if you desire the changes. Now, before I let you go today, I do have an ask. You know, normally I give a big hug and I wish you well, but today I'd like to ask something in return. This week I received a lot of texts, a lot of phone calls, and a lot of emails telling me how valuable my blog posts are, because people are knowing there's something not quite right, and when they find the post, they get it and they feel much better and they can move forward. And so my ask this week is if you would help me to spread the word. It's free either here on Facebook or on toolsofenergyprotection.com, my website. The blog is always free. They can click on follow and get emails, or they can click on contact, add themselves to the emailing list if they like. But mostly this is about getting the word out, and I can only reach so many people, but I know that you know other people that may need help. So I encourage you to spread the word, to give them the opportunity to say, hey, this is for me, this is great, thank you, or maybe it's not for them. Also, this coming up month, February, again, we talked about it being the love month or the relationship month. And so for Heaven's Sakes Books in Denver on Thursday, if you will come to the bookstore and see me in person, I am going to be offering sessions for $80, which is $20 savings off of my regular session. And in that session, what we're going to cover is, why is it that your current relationship doesn't seem satisfying? Or if you're dating, why is it after a couple of months this once fiery, wonderful relationship seems to go in the toilet, or the other person seems to withdraw? And that's the special that I'm running. If you'd like to come and look at that, so we can get that turned around and get you moving forward in a relationship that's full of joy and happiness and peace, and one that you actually understand. This is Deanna with toolsofenergyprotection.com. Have a great and wonderful day. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.